100 embarrassing days of the most inept administration ever assembled, I can finally say this. That is a complete shit show. It is a total inept shit show of the highest order. First of all, UV Light, thanks for my production company for sending me this brand new Giants memento. Perfect fit for the show. Perfect fit for the show in general. But now, I gotta say this: that I'm happy. But 38 years underserved. This is what I'm about to say. I can't be fucking insane. It can't be that fucking insane. Of course, according to HuffPost, they will continue to be loud, direct, and honest when it comes to covering this inept administration. And yes, I still call Donald Trump an inept clown, like it or not. The man has had much. He's got much for brains at this point. Of course, Whitney Snyder, the editor of HuffPost, editor-in-chief at HuffPost, wrote, 100 days into inept clown's presidency, the United States finds itself in crisis. No shit, Sherlock. We all knew that from the word go. Of course, Trump's administration is hell-bent on dismantling due process. It disdains judicial oversight of its acts of executive overreach. This inept clown is subjecting people around the country and the world to economic upheaval because of its quack economic impulses. White-collar criminals are in luck, while the country's public institutions face devastating cuts. This is serious because most of y'all voted for this motherfucker. We all warned y'all motherfuckers that this was going to happen again. And then there's the civil society, which largely prevailed in Trump's first term, despite the chaos that his presidency unleashed, is on the ropes this time around. Some big law firms, facing the threat of this inept clown directing state power against them, have disgraced themselves by cutting deals with the White House. Columbia University, despite its $14.8 billion endowment, folded to disguised demands when its federal funding was cut off. Protest movements have not come close to approaching the size seen since Donald Trump's first term. But signs of a growing backbone against the Trump administration have been visible in recent weeks. The Supreme Court had signaled distrust in the White House. Harvard University refused to buckle to the administration's ludicrous demands, and other universities are banding together. Protest movements are growing, and some workers are refusing to go along with sketchy schemes. The inept clown is running the show in Washington, and his 100th day in office is loaded with quacks, lunatics, and let's be honest with you all, flat out morons. George Carlin once said, we have a lot of dumb motherfuckers in this country. Dumb ass motherfuckers. This administration isn't. Makes up most of them. Of course, the press has a vital role to play as the country is threatened with authoritarianism. Just trying to get it pronounced. Authoritarianism. That's the word for it. Of course, it's probably hard to pronounce anyway. One of the most powerful businessmen in America stand behind this guy, and their companies cut deals with them. Many publications have offered unflinching coverage of this administration, but some of the country's most storied news organizations have back down during this crucial moment. I guess I could say that they all kissed his ass. No doubt about it. They all kissed his ass. HuffPost has taken a different approach. HuffPost journalists have reported on the black hole that is El Salvador's barbaric prison camp. They have covered the law firms that have surrendered to this inept clan and the federal workers who have spoken out against DOGE's wrecking ball. They have broken news on the administration's meddling in Social Security. They have covered this inept clone's power grab and attempts to target its political opposition. And they caught DOGE posting classified information, revealed the administration's war on kids, and reported on its threat to public health. They've done it they've done this their own way, loud, direct, and honest, including one of the biggest headlines you've ever seen. I guess they've done it better, such as duck quacks, RFK grilled on anti-vax madness and sound alarm. Frankly, you frighten people. As embrace conspiracy theories, quacks, charlatans who said yes, Senator gets Senator to admit he has spread a conspiracy, and many more. Texting plan, and then there's texting war plans toward journalists on an unsecure app and floating to the fallout. American idiots. And Donny Boy, eyes from HuffPost. He 100% chicken. Hi everybody. I don't want to answer that. You guys do what you want to do. I'm not going to play anything like that. He's an idiot. I knew it from word go. He's an idiot. Of course, HuffPost they wrote will keep up its fair and fearless reporting on this inept clown's administration, but they need their help. I think they're going to do a lot. I continue doing this a lot because there's plenty of people that deserve a lot more, like the nonprofit the nonprofit for news organizations across the country, including I can say may I introduce you all to the Institute for Nonprofit News, nonpartisan, 475 news organizations, and a boatload of reporters working the switchboards. My goodness, where have we come to today when it comes to reporting what we want? And I say this with every fiber of my being. I hate this guy so much that you can't make me bend backwards. Four hundred 75 news operations. They want to help you get informed. But are they enough to take on the inept clown? That is where I find myself at it. I think that we are going to look from one end of the spectrum. A lot of people will be doing a lot to tell the truth. And we will do whatever it takes to get them to tell the truth. I'll say this. There's plenty of news organizations in this world that covers journalism from the ground up, like ProPublica and HuffPost and everywhere in between. But we still here. We are still here. Podcasters from across this country are voicing their opinions. You don't care if it's left or right. This is the version of what I believe. If you don't like my views, that's fine. I don't like yours either. That's who I am. That's what makes me different from you all. But when you become inhumane with insults and BS and boatloads of crap, I don't want to be near you. I don't want to be around. That's why I don't even give a damn. Love to know your ideas in the comments section. For those on Twitter, you get the whole show and you get the whole bit of it, minus the YouTube outro. For those watching on YouTube, you get the YouTube outro and a boatload of videos I've done. So this is a great time for me to be happy. 30. This is my year. This is for me. This is year 38, and I am very happy to continue fighting for democracy. In 2026, I'll be 39. I'll be going back to the polls again in the midterms. 2028, I'll be 41. I'll be 41, and I'll be back. I'll be at the polls. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I am not planning on leaving this earth, and you know damn well that I'm happy to be a part of this. Stay happy, stay healthy, be a good human being. Three things that matter the most. I'll be back next time. Like what you see? Buy me a damn coffee. Link in description. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks a lot. Watch more right here.